The storm hit just after midnight with a force that seemed to shake the very foundation of the neighborhood. The wind howled, rattling the windows, and rain battered the siding in relentless sheets. Inside, the familiar hum of the refrigerator was a comfort, a gentle reminder that all was well and the world outside was kept at bay by the walls of your home. But then, in an instant, a blinding flash of lightning split the sky, followed by a deafening crack of thunder. And then, silence. The kind of silence that feels heavy, pressing in from all sides. The digital clock on the stove faded to black, its numbers vanishing as if they'd never existed. The Wi-Fi router blinked its last sad light, leaving you suddenly disconnected from the world beyond your walls. Your security system? Now, it was just a plastic box on the wall, as powerless as you felt in that moment. Out on the street, the world had gone dark. Street lights, porch lights, every comforting glow, gone, swallowed by the night. You realized with a chill that you were on your own. The safety net you'd always counted on had vanished. Police lines would be jammed, overwhelmed by calls from others just as desperate as you. Help, if it was coming at all, was a long way off. You might wait hours or even longer before anyone could reach you. This is when our modern gadgets show their true colors. When the power's out, they're nothing but expensive paperweights. We trust technology to keep us safe, but when the power grid fails, all those expensive systems become decorations, silent and useless. They rely on a fragile network that can be knocked out by a storm, a deliberate attack, or even just a tree branch falling in the wrong place. Sometimes all it takes is a simple equipment failure to plunge an entire community into darkness. In that darkness, you're left with just the basics: candles, flashlights, and your own resourcefulness. I've seen it time and again. The old ways have a resilience technology can't match. When everything else fails, it's the simple, sturdy things that endure. A stone wall doesn't need a software update. It stands year after year no matter what the weather brings. A solid lock doesn't need batteries or a Wi-Fi connection. It just works, every time you turn the key. When the screens go blank, the responsibility for your safety lands squarely back on your shoulders. It's up to you to keep your family safe. True preparedness isn't about the most expensive gadget. It's about a plan that works when everything else fails. It's about knowing what to do and having the right tools, no matter how simple. In that dark, quiet house, the last thing you want to be is an easy target. So when the lights go out, make sure you're ready for whatever comes next. My grandfather didn't have a smart home. His idea of security was a deadbolt and a dog with good ears. His home was a fortress, not because of gadgets, but because of simple, time-tested wisdom. Security wasn't something you bought, it was something you built through habits and awareness. A well-maintained yard sent a message: someone is here, someone pays attention. Grandpa knew the value of a good dog, a loyal mutt that barked at the sound of a twig snapping. Why spend a fortune on cameras when thorny rose bushes under a window could do the job? Each element made a potential intruder feel exposed and uncertain. The goal wasn't an impenetrable vault, but enough hassle and risk that they'd move on. Real security takes thought. It's about layering defenses, combining the physical with the psychological. Grandpa knew a home's safety is a reflection of the owner's diligence. Let's be honest about modern security systems. They look impressive in commercials with sleek panels and promises of total protection, but beneath the surface, they have some serious weaknesses that often go unmentioned. These systems are completely dependent on two things: a steady supply of power and a reliable internet connection. If there's a blackout or someone jams your Wi-Fi signal, your high-tech security system is instantly rendered useless. And make no mistake, criminals are well aware of these vulnerabilities and know exactly how to exploit them. Cutting the power or phone lines is often the very first move a determined intruder will make. And in today's world, hacking into your system is a real and growing risk. Anything connected to the internet can be compromised. Your security cameras and smart locks can be turned against you, becoming tools for someone else to spy on your home and family. The very complexity that makes these systems seem advanced is also their greatest vulnerability. More parts, more connections, and more software mean more things that can go wrong or be exploited. Now compare that to old-school tactics: a solid core door, a heavy-duty deadbolt, and a loyal barking dog at the entrance. These low-tech solutions are robust precisely because of their simplicity. There's no single point of failure, no software to crash, and no signal to jam. A criminal can't remotely disable a row of thorny hawthorn bushes or silence a squeaky floorboard from a distance, These are physical obstacles that technology can't bypass. The illusion is that technology alone can solve every security problem. But the reality is that it often adds layers of complexity and introduces new risks you might not expect. True security is about blending the best of both worlds, using technology where it helps, but always relying on what's proven to work. Reinforce your doors, secure your windows, and use your landscape as a barrier. These are real, physical barriers that dramatically increase the effort and time required to break in, making your home a much less attractive target. And remember, effort is the criminal's greatest enemy. The harder you make it, the safer you'll be. To outsmart a criminal, you have to think like one. Most want the easiest, quickest, safest score. Their biggest fear? Getting caught. They hate noise, confrontation, and surprises. Every second spent trying to get in is another second they could be seen or heard. Your goal isn't to make your home impossible to enter, but to make it psychologically intimidating. Plant seeds of doubt. Does this house look full of surprises? Is there a risk of a loud dog, a nosy neighbor? Unpredictability is a powerful deterrent. Motion-activated floodlights, a wind chime near a window, these create uncertainty. Criminals operate on risk versus reward. Your job is to crank up the risk. Don't try to turn your home into Fort Knox. Make it a mental minefield. Use layers of simple, unpredictable deterrents. Gravel driveways, squeaky gates, beware of dog signs. By making your home a question mark, you make it a problem they'd rather not solve. Take a walk around your property with a burglar's eyes. How would you break in if you had to? Does your home look empty? Are there newspapers piled up, an overflowing mailbox? Is it easy to approach without being seen? Check your doors and windows. Are the locks solid? Are there hidden spots where someone could work unseen? Don't forget second-story windows accessible from a tree or a ladder. Burglars choose the path of least resistance, often a back door, a weak sliding door, or an unlit window. Stand at these spots. Do you feel hidden? If so, change that. Trim bushes, install motion lights, plant something thorny. Consider your routines. Do you leave at the same time every day, post vacation plans online? The goal isn't paranoia, but proactivity. Identify your weaknesses and fix them before someone else exploits them. Every flaw you correct is another reason a burglar will skip your house. When it comes to home defense, nothing beats the classics. A loyal dog and a well-planned landscape. These two elements have protected homes for generations, and for good reason. A regular dog with a good loud bark is the ultimate early warning system. Even if your dog isn't trained to attack, their natural instinct to alert you to strangers is invaluable. Their bark not only alerts you, but also announces to any would-be intruder that they've been detected. This simple act can make all the difference in stopping a crime before it starts. Most burglars won't stick around to find out what kind of dog is barking or how protective it might be. The uncertainty alone is often enough to send them running. A simple beware of dog sign adds another layer of doubt and hesitation, even if your dog is more bark than bite. Best of all, a dog works 24/7, with or without electricity, and never takes a day off. But don't forget, landscaping matters too. Tall, dense shrubs against the house can provide cover for burglars, making it easier for them to hide and break in unseen. That's why it's important to keep bushes under windows trimmed low, no higher than 3 feet. This simple habit removes hiding spots and keeps your home visible from the street. For extra security, use thorny bushes like barberry or firethorn under ground floor windows. Their sharp thorns make these spots uncomfortable and risky for anyone trying to sneak in. No burglar wants to fight through a wall of thorns in the dark, risking injury and making noise that could draw attention. Dense hedges along your property line make it much harder for someone to slip in and out unnoticed, creating a natural barrier that protects your space. Your yard should be your first line of defense, a natural, beautiful fortress that not only deters intruders but also adds value and curb appeal to your home. Simple, effective, and always on duty. Your dog and your landscape work together to keep your home safe, day and night. Criminals thrive in silence. Your job is to take that away with noise. The ground is your first tool. Gravel or crushed stone on driveways and paths makes every step loud. It's impossible to walk on gravel quietly. Every footstep is a warning. Use it on paths burglars are most likely to use. At entry points, hang small bells on doors. A jingle at 3 a.m. sounds like a fire alarm. Wind chimes outside windows work the same way. Any disturbance gets your attention. These analog alarms can't be disabled remotely and don't need power. A burglar might cut your electricity, but they can't silence gravel or bells. Layer these simple tricks to create an environment hostile to stealth. Force intruders to announce themselves, giving you time to react. It's security at its most basic and most brilliant. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. A long-term power outage is the ultimate test of preparedness. When the grid goes down, your security is about protecting resources and showing your home isn't an easy target. Your brain becomes your most important tool. Make your home look occupied and functional, even when the neighborhood is dark. Use oil lamps, candles, or solar lights to create the impression of normalcy. A dark, silent house looks abandoned and vulnerable. Communication is key. Have a battery-powered or hand-crank radio. The sound of a radio suggests people are awake and alert. Without phones, use prearranged signals with neighbors, colored flags, whistles, or other low-tech methods. Work with neighbors to organize watches and share information. Secure your hand tools. They're valuable for repairs, but dangerous in the wrong hands. In a grid-down world, practical skills, good plans, and strong community ties matter most. The safest people aren't the ones with the most gadgets, but those with the best preparation. All these old-school tactics boil down to one thing: projecting competence and preparedness. Criminals look for victims, not opponents. Your job is to make your home look like the latter. A tidy yard, tools put away, and no signs of neglect send a clear message. Visible but not aggressive security signs, sturdy locks, beware of dog, neighborhood watch decals, signal you're security conscious. Inside, keep blinds closed at night to protect privacy. During a crisis, your home should look calm and controlled. A well-tended garden, a rain barrel, a lantern in the window all suggest you're prepared. Neighbors talking calmly over the fence show community strength. Real security isn't a product, it's a mindset and a lifestyle. The most reliable system is the one you build yourself, using time-tested principles. Combine physical barriers, psychological deterrence, and community ties for layers of defense. Whether the lights are on or off, these simple tactics will always be your best allies.